won't stop till I hear him say,
Alrighty, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. As always, if you're interested in learning about cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, and foreign exchange, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Guys and gals, in today's video breakdown, I have a very interesting fundamental technical analysis video breakdown for you guys. We're going to be talking about why I am expecting for the Ripple and SEC case not to be settled until 2023. I'm going to give you guys some fundamental analysis and some breakdowns via some articles that I have pulled up for you guys here today. I'm going to go over some tweets for you all, as well as some technical analysis surrounding the state of the cryptocurrency market and what to expect during the month of September and maybe throughout the rest of this year. Go ahead and do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys and gals. We are almost at 8,000 YouTube subs. I really do appreciate the love and the support. Don't forget that we're going to be doing another $50 XLM giveaway once we move into the month of October. With that being said, again, you have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel to participate in those giveaways. And again, we do appreciate the love and the support. Let's jump into today's video breakdown. I have some very interesting tweets, fundamentals, and technical analysis to display to you guys here today. So stick around and enjoy this video breakdown. Okay. So the first thread and tweet that I'm going to read to you guys, just to go off of what's been happening and what happened over the past couple of days in the cryptocurrency markets. I've mentioned to you guys for quite some time that I'm not screaming that the bottom is in on XRP and other significant altcoins via utility-driven assets that we trade here in this CYPRX space until May highs and April highs are broken with a sustainable bullish push and hold above. I've been telling you guys for quite some time to be mindful, have cash reserves on the side in case we do see lower price action come into fruition. It's always better to be prepared and be able to take advantage of those lower price action targets if they come into fruition, just in case, rather than to not be prepared. Again, not financial advice. That is what I'm personally doing. You guys need to take your own personal strategy and approach to this market. However, I'm going to show you guys here today why I still think there's some downside pressure. Yes, there could be a potential bullish relief rally maybe during the rest of this year, but I still think that there are still some downside liquidation events that need to take place before we see new rallies to all-time highs on these cryptocurrency assets, or maybe even head into price discovery. So a thread that I tweeted out to you guys on August 30th, down here just mentions to you guys that if we break June lows, most likely we are going to head beneath 25 cents on XRP. Personally, I'm looking at targets of anywhere between 22 to 17 to 8 cents. I've been calling you guys out those targets for quite some time. I have buy limits set again, just in case. I'm not a negative Nancy and I'm not a pessimist. Do I hope that the cryptocurrency markets flip bullish? Absolutely, 100%. Have I bought some of these recent dips? Absolutely 100%, because prices still on these utility-driven assets I've shown you guys in past videos are still 80 to 90% discounted from their all-time highs, which in my perspective as a long-term investor is a steal, okay? If you're looking to hold 5 to 10 years down the road, prices right now are a steal in my opinion, but could they go lower? Yes, and you need to be prepared for that. Don't be naive and don't be egotistical and say that that can't happen. Anything can happen in this market, and I'm going to show you guys why that is still a possibility. I've been mentioning to you guys for quite some time the Federal Reserve interest rate hikes that are coming out in September. I said right here, all eyes on the Federal Reserve. If they continue to hike rates, most likely this price action will come into fruition where we will see lower targets on across the board, multiple altcoins. 75 to 100 basis points from the Fed during the next announcement will push prices to new lows, most likely. So it's something to be patient and be paying close attention to, okay? Now, the only thing that would invalidate that thesis is if the United States dollar pulled back. So I have a fundamental article for you guys here today to display that potential outcome, but I just want to take your attention over here just to prove that the proof is in the pudding, that the United States dollar is still driving the strength of the cryptocurrency market. So to utilize XRP as an example, okay, I want to take your attention on the XRP charts on the left-hand side of my screen to September 1st, where we can see a bullish rally took place all the way up into 33.5 cents from roughly around 32 cents we were looking at during that day's worth of trading. roughly about a 4.5 to maybe almost 5% gain. Okay. Now, something significant is if we pay attention to the United States dollar over here to the right-hand side, okay, we see the same date, September 1st, all the way down to September 2nd, and we see a depreciation in the United States dollar. So when that appreciation happened, or that boom happened on XRP, not really a boom, right? 4% gains. It was because of the United States dollar depreciation in value. But now I want to take your attention to the same thing, the divergence in the market, okay? Is what do we see here? September 2nd to now, September 5th, we see a depreciation in XRP. Or again, if you look at the altcoin market, it's the same thing. And if we look at it in comparison to the United States dollar or the DXY, what do we see? September 2nd to September 5th, we see an appreciation. And then last but not least, to finish off the session today, we see that New York session was bullish on XRP. So if we can go ahead and just kind of highlight the low here, roughly came in at around 32.25, okay, and the market flipped bullish. Now, opposite of the DXY, you guys can see the open of New York session open bearish. We had a nice spike in liquidity to grab some, potential early sellers above highs, but overall, you guys can see the depreciation in value on the DXY. So that pretty much sums up and explains why XRP had this nice bullish relief rally today. So don't get too psyched out, guys and gals. Understand that the DXY still holds strength over the cryptocurrency market. And we also see a headline that came out that said the US dollar index price analysis overbought levels could spark a corrective move. So we're going to jump into this, but we saw that the DXY climbed to new highs near 110 on Monday. I'd been mentioning to you guys for quite some time that personally, I think that the DXY on past videos, let me go ahead and expand this, take you to the higher time frame. I said to you guys that I think that the DXY, before it has a significant market sell-off and pulls back drastically, is going to go up into the 112 to maybe 113, maybe even into the 116 area before the bank and institutions decide to sell from a premium. If we look at higher time frame, I just want to take your attention based off of logic. We're going to go to the weekly and the monthly chart, and I want to take your attention to the left-hand side of your screen and understanding that the bank and institutions like to sell from a premium. Well, guys and gals, if we look at this price action over to the left-hand side of the charts on the monthly display, we can see that we are not yet in an extreme premium range for the bank and institutions to be taking sells from. I'm expecting the price action on the DXY to come up into these levels before we see some type of, distribution event and then a market sell-off, okay? Now, with that being said, in correlation with this article here, could we see a temporary pullback on the DXY that allows bullish momentum temporarily to take place in the cryptocurrency market? Again, it's something to be mindful of. Buy traps do happen in this market, and I've been calling that out for quite some time. That is why I'm not screaming that the bottom is in until May and April highs across the cryptocurrency market, even in the altcoin total market capitalization, is broken with the sustainable bullish hold above. So with that being said, whatever your favorite altcoins are, pay attention to those significant psychological levels at where May and April high sell-offs took place. And until we see sustainable breakage above those psychological levels, in XRP's case, that's roughly around 66, 77, and 80 cents. Until we see significant price fluctuations higher than those levels come into sustainability, meaning that price levels hold above those levels and we see bullish order flow continuation above them, I'm not screaming the bottom's in, because even if we do see a temporary bullish pump into those levels, the bank and institutions could seek to take premium sells from those levels, May highs and April highs, and we could still see the market plummet, okay? I'm going to go into extreme detail today as to why I think the SEC case is going to last until 2023. I'm going to show you guys some fundamentals that are going to prove that theory. Again, avoid the hype in this market. 90% of retail investors are wrong in this market. And as you guys can see, there's a lot of hype right now screaming that the court case is going to end in September. Okay. So right here, just to correlate, a potential bullish relief rally, US dollar index price analysis overbought levels could spark a corrective move. In the short term, the bullish United States dollar remains elusive. We saw a new high come into play today, 110. So that could be significant for some initial resistance to come into the market, and the market could potentially pull back with the DXY. Now, again, if that does happen, guys and gals, let's say, for example, the DXY did pull back, we are going to see a temporary bullish relief rally if that does come into fruition. How much that could potentially pull back before making another leg higher, who knows? just be mindful again until we see the DXY, and I've shown you guys this, come back all the way into May and April lows. We are not going to see a significant bullish relief rally or new all-time highs or anything like that on the cryptocurrency market until that happens. The DXY needs to pull back down into these lows for that to take place, or these lows for a major bullish pump to happen in the cryptocurrency market. So be mindful of these levels on the DXY, be mindful of the upside continuation on the DXY. We have, again, just to reiterate, September 21st, the FOMC meeting coming out. This is on forexfactory.com. You guys can go and read about it whenever it does drop and release. I'm pretty sure you guys can even watch the live FOMC monetary policy release sentiment on YouTube for free, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that they record it or they have like a live meeting. But here, this is forexfactory.com. You guys can go check this out. Okay. So these are some crucial dates to be mindful of. Now, coming over here. All right. This is interesting as well because it says right here, this is from the Daily Huddle, top crypto strategists predict September rallies for Cardano, XRP, and 3 additional altcoins. What would support this claim? I'll pull back on the DXY. So again, guys and gals, if your technical analysis or you do have some type of technical analysis strategy, I would definitely incorporate, if you are a crypto trader, paying attention to that DXY strength. If we do see a depreciation in the DXY, most likely this fundamental on the Daily Huddle will come into fruition, where we could see a nice pump in the term of percentage gains, not new all-time highs or anything like that, or price discovery, just simple bullish relief rally because of the DXY depreciation, if that does come into fruition on coins, especially like XRP. I don't hold Cardano or anything like that. XRP is my main focus as of right now for intraday trades. Okay, so with that being said, I've mentioned to you guys that price action above 32 cents on XRP in previous videos. I'm only looking to take intraday scalp positions on XRP. Any price action below 32 cents on XRP for me is a discount for my long-term bags, and I will switch portfolios and I will start adding positions to my long-term bags. Again, I have a realistic approach to this market. Now, this is the monthly chart on XRP. If we do see that depreciation in the DXY, could we see a temporary bullish relief pump on XRP? Absolutely, guys and gals. So something to be mindful of is, again, those April and May highs. Could we see a bullish relief pump into those levels, roughly at around 60 to 66 to maybe even 80 cents? Absolutely, that is also on the cards. Do I think that before we see new all-time highs on XRP, I want to make this clear, I still think that the June lows where over-leveraged traders were buying the dip need to get liquidated, regardless if that happens in 2022 or 2023. Before XRP makes a brand new all-time high, I'm expecting those lower price levels to come into fruition. I cannot time the market. All I can sit here and say is that based off of past price action, the banking institutions usually send price higher on XRP, roughly on average at around 24 cents. If you go back, and I've shown you guys this on past YouTube videos, and you track where 24 cents is on XRP, and it's that every time price comes into this 24-cent psychological level, here's a bullish relief run, here's a bullish relief run, here's a bullish relief run on XRP, and it all took place at 24 cents. We are way too close to that price level, in my personal opinion, for that not to come into fruition before we see new all-time highs or a major rally on XRP. So just be mindful, track price action, set yourself alerts, set yourself alarms, don't over leverage yourself, things of that nature. Find ways to protect your capital. Moving on. Okay. So XRP analysis done, Daily Huddle on the article done. Let's go over to here. Okay. I hope that everyone truly understands the blockchain technology is going to be more disruptive to the industry than both cell phones and the internet combined. We are early. Have patience, guys and gals. I am bullish on this cryptocurrency market overall, but that does not mean not to be mindful of liquidation events happening to the downside from people that are over leveraged. Why am I bullish overall? Again, we see massive adoption coming into place, but we see mainstream things like regulatory uncertainty, Ponzi schemes, scandals, malicious attacks on the cryptocurrency space hindering adoption. And we see right here, just to support that claim, banking titan Augustin, dang, I hope that I don't butcher this guy's name, Augustin Surstens, definitely messed that one up, says crypto and central banks could set the stage for diverse monetary ecosystems. A fierce critic of the crypto industry now says crypto technology could help banks create innovative and efficient monetary ecosystems. A new report published by the IMF and written by the Bank for International Monetary Settlements, the BIS, General Manager General Manager Augustin Kirstens and two of his colleagues detail how the digital assets revolution could blend with central banks to set the stage for monetary policy of the future. I've told you guys for quite some time that we are going to transition to a digital economy because the banking elites want to be able to track everybody's transactions via the blockchain. But we see right here what is hindering that adoption is obviously, of course, regulatory uncertainty. Okay. The BIS executives say that while the technology behind crypto assets is noteworthy, the industry has many flaws such as extreme price volatility and the lack of regulations and scalability. We also see frequent fraudulent and theft and scams have raised serious concerns about market integrity. So again, all of these things in the form of, regulatory clarity and the government entities that are trying to monetize this blockchain technology need to come in. They need to set parameters and set standards so that way banking institutional giants can come in and utilize this technology. And until that takes place, guys and gals, you have to understand that these major key players, they will sit on the sidelines. They're very patient. Why? Because the system, the old system, is working for them currently. Granted, it is outdated. Granted, it is slow, right? But it is still working. That's the thing that not a lot of people are understanding. They're in no rush to move and adopt this technology. They will come into this market when it is time. And right now, guys and gals, based off of the hype cycle, it is not time. Be patient, which leads me over here, a tweet that I didn't get a lot of positive feedback for because a lot of people are so manipulated by YouTube hype and Twitter hype. And I said, I feel sad for people who think the SEC versus Ripple case will settle in Ripple's favor in September. Just because the end of the fiscal year for the SEC ends does not mean that they are going to try and bite their ego that they have created and settle in September. The sheep continue to follow the herd. If you believe that the SEC case is going to settle in September, you are being manipulated by some influencer with thousands of followers on either YouTube or Twitter. Stop doing that. Create your own bias. Guys and gals, the research is there for you. Mark my words. The SEC versus Ripple case in some way, shape, or form will 110% drag out till 2023. Do not get your hopes up. By some godforsaken way that this settles this year, I will be extremely surprised. I will bite my ego. I will admit that I am wrong, but I can almost guarantee that it will not. Based off of past history and the SEC lawsuits on Amazon, if you look at Tesla, if you look at Microsoft, they all were dragged out for over 2 years. Do your research, guys and gals. Major key technological advancements in our society, when the SEC comes into play, they will always drag it out. So that way, key players, heads of the elites, again, it is all a manipulation scheme. If you guys haven't watched my previous YouTube video, go back so you guys can see how this is all a manipulation scheme. Check it out. I break it down piece by piece, how this is all manipulation, okay? But right here, okay, here's just an article just to kind of support the claim. SEC and Ripple agreed to extend legal battle until 2023. It's like people forget that articles like this came out because all of these bullish moon boys start saying that the court case is going to settle in September. Guys and gals, do your research. That's not happening. Why? Because the major key players are not ready to adopt this technology until 2023. Let me show you. Here we see the Federal Reserve updates FedNow service timing to mid 2023. I've said multiple times that spring 2023 is when I think the SEC court case is going to completely come into fruition. It's going to settle, or it's going to favor Ripple's case. Right. I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but I can almost guarantee that it's going to drag on till at least the beginning of 2023, guys and gals. Okay. Be mindful. Remember, the SEC, and I've told you guys this, will drag things out as long as humanly possible. They have an ego. They will not let this go. But we see here the Federal Reserve banks have narrowed the timing for the FedNow service launch to the mid-year 2023, specifically targeting a production rollout of the service in May to July timeframe. So here we see May and July timeframe. Again, that's something that I said could come into fruition for the SEC versus Ripple case. What else? Another supporting document we see right here. The increasing need for modernization and establishing an enriched solution for payments is taking shape through ISO 222. A lot of people are expecting some bullish relief pump based off of this November ISO 222 implementation, but they failed to do their research and they failed to realize that the ISO 222 implementation actually went live in August. Okay, it says right here, we will continue to support domestic payment infrastructures and adopting ISO 222, including major reserve currencies, Target 2, Eurosystem, Market Infrastructure, Gateway, Euro, Bank of England, RTGS, GBP, MEPS, SGD, and 30 additional PMIs going live by the end of 2023. Scrolling up here, what do we see? In line with the adoption timeline agreed with our community, SWIFT will enable ISO 222 messages for cross-border payments and cash reporting businesses starting from August 2022. Well, if it started in August 2022, where's the bullish pump, guys and gals? As you can see, the market is still printing bearish price action. Everybody thought that this ISO 222 implementation phase in November was going to be something major for the markets. And I've told you guys multiple times, do your research. This is just a 3-year period that starts in November and August of this year. That does not mean that the banking institutions have to be fully integrated in ISO 222 during this time frame, November 22. They have a 3-year period, guys and gals, where again, it says right here, early adopters can start the process. But most 9 times out of 10, it says right here, allowing early adopters to benefit from ISO 222, 9 times out of 10, big banking institutions that want regulatory clarity will not be adopting this technology in August or November of this year. Just because it's allowed to go live, or they're allowed to go live in August and November, again, be mindful. The hype surrounding YouTube and Twitter manipulated everybody into believing that this year was going to be some massive bullish relief rally. And again, remember, 90% of retail traders are wrong. It was utilized as a catalyst to build liquidity. So the banking institutions could tap you out of the market as retail traders, tag your stop losses out from your over leveraged trading, and scoop up your money to then buy from a discount and then send prices to new all-time highs, guys and gals. Be mindful. Proof is in the pudding. So we see here in this documentation, end of 2023, we see here the ISO 222 migration challenges. There is a big challenge with data truncation. Dang, that's a hard word. Truncation as a loss of data when transforming between legacy and new standards, and the conquest impact not just on core payments processing, but the peripheral workflow steps like sanctions, AML, and liquidity. Some financial institutions are also concerned about integrating to the new format with legacy applications while complying with regulatory regimes. Guys and gals, boom. So until this regulatory compliance is fixed and solved in the market, again, we can see that the majority of the adoption is not going to start flooding into the market until 2023. Mark my words, watch what's going to happen. We see right here, the Fed wire saying 2023. We see right here, okay, all of these systems, Target 2, Euro system, right, the Gateway, Euro, Bank of England, RTGS, GPBS, SGD, right, an additional 30 other PMIs going live at the end of 2023. Watch what's going to happen. The court case is going to come into fruition in 2023. And everybody this year that thought that it was going to happen in September is going to be literally, you're going to laugh at anybody that's saying this, because they're not doing their research. They're just making unrealistic price predictions to manipulate you to get followers. And it's sickening. Okay. It's sickening. Guys and gals, do your research. Again, like I said, if I'm wrong and there is a court case settlement in September, then guess what? I'll most likely be rich anyways, and I won't care. I'll bite my ego, and I'll probably disappear from Twitter anyways. If XRP surges in September because there's some type of settlement, then like I said, I'll bite my ego and I'll disappear from the internet. But I can almost guarantee that's not coming into fruition, guys and gals. Okay. Last but not least, we also see right here, the clearinghouse stays on schedule for ISO 222 implementation in November 2023. Okay. So remember, the ISO 222 implementation that everybody's expecting to take place to cause some major price action in November of this year is just when the implementation starts for early adopters. It is not when banking institutions have to come and switch over to ISO 222. Why? How do we know that? Look at this. August is when they started this. August 22, 2022. Did you see any bullish price action in August 2022 across the altcoin market? No, you did not. Guys and gals, do your research. Proof is in the pudding, devil's in the details. I hope that you guys enjoyed this fundamental and technical analysis breakdown. Again, I'm not sitting here saying that I'm bearish on the market. Do I think that more downside pressure needs to come into fruition before we see new all-time highs? Absolutely. Overall, I'm extremely bullish on this cryptocurrency market. And even if prices do depreciate in value as to where they are now, I still am a firm believer that prices across the altcoin market are heavily discounted. And this is a massive transfer of wealth buying opportunity. I'm not telling you guys to buy or sell. Do your own personal research. I'm just attempting to give you guys the best and most realist version of what we can provide here at CYPRX. There's so much bullish moon boy hype that you need to protect yourself from. Again, do your own personal research. Smash that thumbs up button if you guys enjoyed this video breakdown. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for 8,000 subs. Let's see if we can make it to 10K before the end of this year. 4 months left. Let's go. Blessings to you guys. Really do appreciate the love and the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.
Won't stop till I hear him say